Hi everyone, this is Nabla Online Maths. In this lesson, we are going to solve a simple trigonometry question. And the question is, if 2 tan 15 degrees all over 1 plus tan square 15 degrees is equal to sine 30 degrees. Find tan 15 degrees. So this is the equation and we are asked to find tan 15 degrees. Please, if you are to solve this question, don't use your calculator to find the tan 15 degrees. They are asking you to work it manually and get the answer for tan 15 degrees. So let's solve the question together. And to solve this question, the first thing is let tan 15 degrees to be equal to a variable so that you can solve for the variable. So I'll say that let tan 15 degrees to be equal to x. So if my tan 15 is now equal to x, then whenever I see tan 15, I will substitute x. So for the numerator, I have 2 tan 15 degrees. So I will now have 2x because the tan 15 degrees is now x. All over 1 plus tan square 15 degrees. And in trigonometry, tan square 15 degrees is the same thing as writing it this way, tan 15 degrees all square. This is the same thing as this. So that means that this particular expression is the same thing as saying x square. If I'm to use it in this format, this will be x and the power will be 2, which is equal to sine 30 degrees. And we know that sine 30 degrees is a special angle, which is equal to 1 over 2. So sine 30 degrees is the same as 1 over 2. From this equation, we can further solve for our variable x by performing cross multiplication. So that means that I will take this 2 and multiply what is here, and take 1 plus x squared and multiply what is here. So 2 times 2x, that will be 4x, which is equal to 1 plus x squared, everything multiplied by this numerator, which is 1. It will still be the same thing, 1 plus x squared. Then I have to rearrange this equation so that I can solve it easily. So 1 plus x squared, let me start by writing it as x squared. You know that this is 4x. Sending it to the right hand side, since it is positive, it will now be negative 4x. Then this is already here, which is plus 1. Then everything will now be equal to 0. This is now a quadratic equation. Then we have to find two factors that you can multiply and get this one. This value is the product value. Two numbers, when you multiply, you get 1. If you add them, you get negative 4. And this factor, the negative 4 and the positive 1, we don't have two whole numbers that you can multiply and get positive 1. And when you add them, you get negative 4. So it means that in that case, we are going to use the quadratic equation formula. And the quadratic equation formula is x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. This is the quadratic equation formula. Then we can now find our values of a, b, and c from this quadratic equation. The value of a in this quadratic equation is the coefficient of x squared. And when you take x squared, the coefficient here is 1. That means that my a is equal to 1. B value is the coefficient of x. And here the coefficient of x is minus 4. That means that b is equal to minus 4. And c is the term without the variable x. This one. meaning C is equal to 1. So I'll now say C is equal to 1. Let's now substitute them into this formula. It means that X will be equal to minus B. So I'll say minus B, but B is negative 4, plus or minus square root of B squared. So square root of B squared, that will be minus 4 squared, minus 4. A, by A is 1, times C, C is also 1. So times 1 times another 1. All over 2A, that will be 2 over 2 multiplied by 1, because A is 1. I will now have X is equal to negative is positive now. That will be positive 4, plus or negative square root minus 4 square will give me positive 16. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4 times another 1, which is still negative 4. So this will be minus 4 all over 2 times 1, which is 2. I will now have X to be equal to 4 plus or negative square root of 16 minus 4 is 12 all over 2. To continue, I have X to be equal to, let's look at something. Square root of 12 is the same as square root of 4 times square root of 3. 4 times 3 is 12. But we know that square root of 4 is 2. 4 is a square number, a perfect square. So that means that here I'll have 4 plus or negative. If I take square root of 4, I'll get 2. Then multiply by root 3. And that will be this all over 2. To continue, I can now say that my value of X will be equal to 4. I'll take the positive part of it. Root 2 root 3 all over 2, or X will be equal to 4. Then I'll take the negative part. 2 root 3 all over 2. So working this, you see that 4 can divide by 2. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. That means that X will be equals to 2 here, plus 2 root 3 divided by 2. You know, this 2 will take away this 2. It will leave only root 3. So that means that X is either equal to 2 plus root 3, or X is equal to, this side, 4 divided by 2 is 2, minus 2 root 3 over 2. You know, this 2 will take away this 2. Then it will leave minus root 3. So these are the values of X in that equation. But X is the same as tan 15 degrees. So I can conclude by saying that therefore, tan 15 degrees is equal to 2 plus root 3, or tan 15 degrees is equal to 2 minus root 3. And these are the possible answers for tan 15 in this question. Thank you for watching this video. And do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Nabla Online Maths, for more maths videos. You can also share my Facebook post for others to watch. Thank you once again, and have a nice day. Bye bye.